Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy Friday! Almost the weekend. It's a beautiful day. It's only like 70 something. A little kind of chilly. Little fall like. I don't mind it. It's been hot as fuck. But I want to give an update because although I've been struggling with this whole autism, trying to communicate with people, articulate my feelings, and not go full empath out on this world all the time, I'm growing and learning every day, and so it's been rocky since I started this job, but the only difference between the other jobs is I genuinely like the people. I don't feel like they're dark, demonic, evil souls. I don't feel like they're horrible. So that has given me this, push to, instead of just looking for another job. Because I was thinking, like, maybe I should just get a job somewhere where I'm, like, kind of spread out away from people in my own space. I can just like turn my headphones on and not really talk to anyone. And I have worked at jobs, but I'm always kind of like moved into social situations, and I am a very social person. But with my autism, I definitely need my own space, and I don't react the way other people do. So a lot of my issues were coming from, everybody's kind of looked at as one by our boss. So we go into meetings, and this was expressed by another coworker, how words are, and I was guilty of it too, and I even said to her, I say that all the time, I'm really sorry, you're right, I'll work on my vocabulary when it comes to everyone, always, or like say the person directly. And I feel like the word everyone was thrown in because we didn't want to get in trouble for calling people out, so we didn't say specific names, and it was just like including everybody in a problem. So me as the new person was assuming they were talking about me, and they just didn't want to say me because I'm new. So I was like, okay, and I was taking it as I was the one making the mistake, and it wasn't ever me. So a lot of these issues come from like miscommunication and using wrong vocabulary words. And we had a nice chat this morning, and I apologized to them because I do hear them when they speak to me. And I said that I'm like, I know that I'm a tough ass, I know I am a hard ass, and I push back, but like I genuinely do listen to what you say back to me. And what I was uncomfortable with was the statement like, I'm afraid to say something to you, or I have to be careful about what I say to you. And I was like, I'm being a little too hard. And that's something that I own. I know I'm a hard ass. I know I have a mouth. And when I get my back up about something, I just go full out. Like, I'm not afraid of much in this life, but I'm afraid of becoming a person that people have to like. Even though I'm honored to be a strong person, and I'm glad that I'm looked at as, tread lightly with that one, but that I don't want people to be uncomfortable being themselves around me because how I'm going to react. And it was a lot of miscommunication. Like I've said in here, I'm like, I'm not mad, I'm frustrated. None of you have seen me mad in here, and I try very hard for anybody to see me, but not mad. Like I don't like being mad in public. There's a difference between being frustrated and being mad. And I'm a powerful being. I'm a powerful energy. I have a strong mind, and I have a hard ass mouth. If I feel like someone's being rude to me, I will be rude back, and that's not necessarily the kind of person I want to be. It's hard to grow up in a hood and not take the bad parts of the hood with you. So I'm like, and I said to them, I'm like, I it really makes me sad that you feel like you have to tiptoe around me. I don't want you to feel that way. I don't want you to be like, because I do honestly respect the people that are in the room that I'm talking to. They tell me about myself, like when I fuck up, which I expect people to do, and I listen. And so we had a conversation of, this is what I'm going to work on, this is what I'm going to work on. We all have things to work on. And I think it's just the world. We're like becoming desensitized as people. And I was getting very overwhelmed, taking things personally that had nothing to do with me because inclusive words were used. So instead of, the person said everyone, but I heard me. You know, and I'm like, what? I didn't fucking do that. You know what I mean? You know, it's just, it really pays a big price when there's bad communication skills within ourselves and an area. So I'm glad we had this talk. I do feel better about my workspace. And I think it's going to continue to get better. But me, myself, I'm working on, I need to soften. I need to become softer. Like, I'm not in the hood. I can't be talking to people like we're up in the hood. I can't be fighting this whole world on everything. So I'm really gonna try from here on out to just, like, check thyself. Like, you need to grow a filter, bruh. You need a filter. This world can't handle you when you don't have one. So I'm trying to grow a filter, and I'm trying to help ease the workspace, because I don't want to be the one, not that they are, like, we're all laughing and having a good time, and majority of the days we do, but I don't want them to be like, oh, here she goes, she's gonna yell at us or what. Like, I don't want them to have any uncomfortableness from my direction. So I gotta own the wrongs that I did, and now I have to correct it so that don't happen again. And I think what was missing from the other jobs, because I'm autistic, I really do appreciate people breaking down, like, you're taking it the wrong way. This is what I meant. Because that is the part of autism where I'm going to take it the way I feel it and hear it, and that's not always the case. And I have a hard time sometimes, because of autism, differentiating. What can I talk today? Finding the difference. I can't say that word today, but, like, and what's really not being said, but the real emotions behind things. Because from where I'm from, this area, we're all hotheads. We're New Yorkers. We're loud and we yell, but we're not really yelling at each other. We're yelling about a situation, but our voices and our demeanors are really tough. And I'm working with a lot of people that are from the country. And I am being a bit too much combative when we're beefing or whatever. And I also grew up in the country too, and I remember that from changing schools. Like, what, bitch? What are you saying to me? And they're like, it really is a different climate when you go from an urban to a country setting, and there really is a big difference between urban people and people who grow up in country areas. And I'm glad that they feel like they can tell me about myself, but I'm not happy that they feel like I'm a little bit of a loose cannon sometimes. And I am, because I demand respect. And when I feel like my respect is being trampled on, I don't care where I am or who I'm with. I'm like, oh no, motherfucker. And I can't do that, because I have to share my workspace and my work experience. And if I want my work experience to be positive, I want theirs to be too. So I'm glad that we can exchange and grow together. I've never had that at any of these other jobs. So progress. Happy progress. Yay. See you all later. Bye.